Anxiety after divorce and breakup. Oof, what a topic. I mean, it's one of the most recurring topics I have with my clients who are working with me to help them get through that stage and get their lives back on track and move on. Anxiety can be very pervasive, can be very debilitating, and can take away the focus on what's really important as you're trying to get your stride back, as you're trying to get your footing in this new situation after you become single again. So, who doesn't want to get rid of anxiety as they're ending a relationship? Who wouldn't want to have the tools and the understanding of what anxiety does and how it affects you so that you can take care of it and deal with the important things, the real issues that you need to be taking care of during this time? So let's talk a little bit about that and help you get those tools. In broad terms, there are two types of anxiety, two types of manifestation of anxiety. One of them is the nervous type. The other one is a more quiet type of anxiety. The nervous one is what I call the howling cry in the night, the one that wakes us up with a sense of impending doom, that tells us if we don't take action soon, if we don't do what is required of us right now, something terrible is going to happen. This type of anxiety makes us irritable, makes us angry, and just gives us that sensation where you're just not comfortable in your skin and you feel like you need to do something to change things. Okay, that's the first type. And then there's the other type of anxiety, which is a more quiet, more constant type. And it's a message. It's like a whisper in your ear that keeps telling your mind that you're not good enough, that what happened to you is what you deserve, that you're not worthy of love, that you are never going to get your life back on track, that love is never going to show up for you again. And it does this in a very quiet voice. And what happens with people who experience this type of anxiety is that they shut themselves out. It's like they close their hearts so that they can protect themselves. Okay? So where does this come from? Well, it basically comes from attachment theory. For those of you who don't know about it, I'm going to explain it the way I explain it to my clients. And it's like relationships are a heart, right? A heart has two sides. Well, one of those sides is love. Now, love is a joyful, kind, caring emotion. It is infinite, it is expansive, it is just beautiful to experience. And love does not end, it just transforms itself. But love is what we are. We cannot elude it, we cannot escape it, it's always with us. That's the great thing about love. But on the other side, we have something else, something that's of the ego, of the mind, and it's called attachment. And basically what attachment theory says is that we develop a specific or distinctive, rather, type of engaging with others, depending on how we were brought up, on the experience we had as children. And there are two types of anxiety, of attachment, that is not the secure attachment. So half of the population has a secure attachment, and the other half of the population lies in between these two types, the anxious and the fearful. Guess which anxiety belongs to which. Okay, so if you have an anxious attachment, your type of anxiety is the irritable one, the impulsive one, the take action, fix it now because otherwise the world is going to end type of anxiety. And the more quiet, more pervasive, constant type of negative message, that's the fearful attachment. And basically how we can tell is how you engage. One of them is extroverted and the other one is introverted. Okay? Why is this relevant? Because how we deal with it also has to do with those two things. When you have an anxious type of attachment and are experiencing anxiety as a form of impulsiveness and irritability, what you need to do is to find an outlet for that. Take all that pent-up energy and put it out there. That's exactly what you need to do. And in the other case, where you are closing yourself off and protecting yourself from very negative thoughts and negative ideas going around in your mind, what you need to do is create that safe space. Find a friend who can take care of you and hold that space for you, where you are at the center and you manifest, express yourself at your own pace and according to what works for you. Okay, so find that friend. How is this friend? How do you know this? You found it? This friend does not judge you, does not criticize the situation or anyone else, is supportive, and just listens. Okay, this friend will not give you advice. This friend will just listen to what you have to say. Okay? The other thing that works for both types of anxiety is expressing your emotion by writing. There is no better recipe for unloading than doing that. And it's the safest, best way to do it, because you don't hurt anyone, because then you are able to understand what is going on with you. So write letters. Write a letter to each person that is involved in your situation. Unload on paper. Put it in black and white. And then read it to extract the information that you need. And then destroy it. Burn it, tear it up. But never give it away. That is an exercise for you to deal with your anxiety. Okay? So please, on the comments section of this post, share with us what your type of anxiety is, how you deal with it, what you have done that works for you. Because the more we know, the better we can deal with it. And I also want to tell you that this information is only an itsy bitsy part of Luminous Path of Transformation for women after divorce and breakup, which is a system that takes you by the hand and helps you get on track on the things you need to do, both internally and externally, so you can move on with your life, gain your self-confidence back, and do it without fear or guilt. So I hope to see you next time. If you want to know more about the program, please click on the link provided. See you next time. Bye-bye.